on the Maharashtra, where that policeman who was assaulted by MLAs inside the assembly has now been sent on forced leave. That's because R.R. Patil, the state home minister, in fact, has said that he used language unbecoming of a policeman. Tejas Mehta now joins us for more on that. Tejas, so the MLAs have forced action against this traffic policeman?
Well, the entire house actually was on the side of these MLAs because they believed that the action taken, the suspension of only 5 MLAs was completely one-sided, and at the same time as these MLAs were suspended, also some action should have been taken against the traffic cop who actually they believe did speak badly and inappropriate language with Kshitij Thakur, the MLA, who ultimately went ahead and filed a breach of privilege motion against this particular traffic cop. But that is separate from what really happened inside the house, because inside the house, MLAs taking action, beating up and assaulting at least 15 of them. That's what the FIR really says, and assaulting a traffic cop. That was completely unbecoming of them. But now the Maharashtra Assembly has also constituted a 6-member committee to look into the suspension of these 6 MLAs itself. Meanwhile, R.R. Patil has said that the language used by Suryavanshi did prima facie suggest that it was inappropriate and unbecoming of a police officer, and therefore they have suspended him until the entire inquiry is committed. At the same time, the police itself is conducting an internal inquiry as to whether the way Mr. Suryavanshi behaved was really inappropriate or not, and they will submit the report in the next 2 weeks or so. Amitabh?
The MLAs who were accused of that assault inside the assembly, they themselves, 2 of them are out on bail?
Yes, they had been arrested about 2 to 3 days ago, and they had to spend about 2 days at the Arthur Road jail, also in police custody, in judicial custody. And then they went to, they sought bail also, and today they have been given on a 15,000 rupees bond. Of course, they have been told not to really meddle with the case or try and tamper evidence or try and be hostile to these witnesses. But the support within the house for them really continues. There appears to be an attempt to try and ensure that their suspension really is revoked. Mind you, Suryavanshi has only named 2 of them, but there are at least 13 others apart from these 2 who assaulted these police officers. The opposition had put pressure on the government, saying that only members of the opposition had really been booked here, and not a single MLA from the ruling parties have really been charged for the assault, and therefore there was an intense pressure on the government itself, and therefore they have now constituted this 6-member committee to look into whether these charges against these MLAs really stick or not. But as far as what sources tell us from the house itself, those who have seen the CCTV footage where they are seen assaulting this MLA, it is quite clear that these MLAs did go ahead and assault this traffic cop, Mr. Suryavanshi, right inside the house. So basically lawmakers turned lawbreakers, and therefore the action was taken. So that perhaps will continue, but this will try and ensure that the work in the house continues now, because for the last at least 2 to 3 days work inside the house had been completely suspended. It was because the opposition was creating a chaos, and there was repeated adjournments in both houses of the Maharashtra Assembly. Amitabh?